Okay, so we are live. We will see if this is a connectivity issue because I was using on the live stream that I just had to unfortunately cancel the uh, the connection, the Wi-Fi connection. I believe was horrible and it looked blurred. I hope it's not my camera. I hope it's not something that happened to my computer without me knowing because the image was like completely blurred and smudged up. Just gonna do the opposite now. Yeah, it looks like I'm working. It's working. Looks like
Just gonna do the opposite now.
so it was definitely the hospital Wi-Fi that was super choppy. Leah is in the house. I will. So this is open panel discussion. Let me figure out how to copy and paste. Okay. And where's the copy and paste? I don't do this on my phone usually. We have Tencent that's in the house. Kai. Guys, I'm just trying to see where I can post. I think I know where. Give me one moment, guys. Look at the angle. Horrible. I might go dark the screen one more time. I have to log on to my YouTube to post on the live chat, and then after you guys can press that link to come on. All right, give me a second. I'm really sorry. Okay, so you should have the link for guests to come on. So invite guests. And then how do I know if people are showing up? Post comment, paste. Is anybody if somebody presses the link for the guest invite, can somebody write in the chat if anyone has clicked it and if anybody is waiting in the back studio, because it's not the same at all on the phone compared to what you usually have. Wait, I see LA. Good. Invite guest. LA, I saw you pop up. Private chat. Okay. LA is trying to get on. Thank you, LA, for saving me so we can have something to chat about. Again, like I said, press notifications. There is a video in honor of Bruce that I do want to share. It is one of his fans that sent this to me by email early on, the first week after my brother's passing, and multiple times I forgot to play it, and I feel horrible about that. So I'm definitely going, even if it's going to be a short stream. I'm definitely going to take the time tonight to play that. So that yeah, his efforts can be recognized. I'd be kind of upset if I took the time to make a compilation. I saw just the first 15 seconds, and for me, it wasn't skipping, so it was very, very clear. But it looked horrible, the connection, because I was going off the Wi-Fi. So instead of having something that's obviously, you don't want the thing like just blocking and not playing, and the music and the voice isn't adding up to the image, and it kind of defeats the purpose. It's not as touching. I was seeing it. I still find it quite difficult to see my brother in videos. And at Bruce's funeral, we had my wife had made like a basic board with Bruce when he was younger, Bruce in his 20s, etc., etc. I still have those pictures are still on the board there in my office. Even pictures are a bit difficult for me still to deal with, but they're doable. The videos, though, especially if it's videos with his voice, or videos, with music, stuff like that. Yeah. I'm actually glad that I stopped it, because I was starting to tear up. It was getting to me. So, yeah. So we'll definitely do that this evening, guys. We have 11 people just showed up. We got Kai, add to stage, and we got LA, add to stage. Okay, let's give it a go. Kai, give me a sound check, man. Let me see if you're working. Now it's just LA. LA, I don't hear you. Are you muted? It's normal to feel that way. I touched the wrong icon. Kai booted himself out. You're fired.
Crap. Now I can't hear anything. Give me a second. I think.
LA, why is it that I cannot hear you?
Now I hear you.
You're not muted.
Can you hear me now? No, apparently not.
LA, I can tell that you're talking, but no one can hear you. Does anybody hear LA?
Test.
Justin Branch in the house. Today's stream is going to be called Technical Issues a la Masse, because that's all we've been having. So we have LA. We have her sailboat, but
I'm talking.
and I can see her icon going wah, 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 once in a while. Yet I don't hear anything.
Okay, so maybe I have to start over.
Now, let's try Kai. Hopefully he won't twitch himself off to the netherworld. Did I twitch him off?
You're hilarious.
Are we able to have more than one guest?
I'm not sure.
Mute. Edit mic, edit name, okay. Add to studio. Okay, Kai.
Hi, Kai.
Got a little finger picture.
So
The maids haven't quite.
I can tell that Kai is talking,
So I think what I do is
but I can't hear either one of you. Can we text for now? Kai, can you hear LA, or LA, can you hear Kai? Can anybody hear Kai or LA? I need to know in the chat, because it might be something that I'm doing that I'm unaware of. I'm not muted.
Guys, if y'all can hear us, tell him check his mic.
No, it's me.
The little icon on the side of the screen.
It's working now. I can hear it. It was I had to go to like my volume was up, but I had put down like probably the system and stuff like that. Sorry about missing the stream yesterday.
That's okay. That's okay. There'll be one Wednesday. I still got to work out the times. I can barely remember. I think it was like 11.
Yeah. You're like me. It's like last minute. Do you plan them ahead of time, or is kind of last minute? Because I'm horrible. Like I would probably get more viewers.
I never really had a format.
No.
Not really. No.
Yeah, like I'm sure if I could find a way of like being consistent, like every Friday at this time, you'd be able to build. But most of the time, it's like this. It's just last minute and stuff like that.
Of course, I mean, I'm sitting here all the time now because I've still got until March until I can really actually drive again from that last seizure. So yeah. I have nothing but free time right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just nothing but free time. I should be doing housework, but
yeah. Yeah. So we are planning on doing with Xander Mavros and Alex Fortier. We're going to organize at one point. The topic will be mud fossils. Do you know much about? You look into that about mud fossils much?
Well, I've watched a bunch of Mud Fossil University.
Yeah.
I got lucky. I caught the particular one where he explained the process of rapid fossilization.
Yeah.
I mean, we could take a chicken leg and fossilize it here in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. Like I'm for me, like I've seen documentaries on the flood and stuff like that, on the fossil record. I find that it makes perfect sense that all of these fossil records were caused by the fountains of the deep breaking open, and we can see like the rips around the world, like under the oceans. It looks like a baseball. So the majority of the flooding, we always hear think of rain, but the Bible clearly says, rain, but it's the fountains of the deep, I think, where the most of the water was. And obviously the first wave of explosion would push and create tsunamis, which would drag all the mud and stuff like that, and it would be the bottom critters would be the first ones that would get buried, and then after you'd have just these mega tsunami, like shock waves and stuff like that, and just that would just cause layer after layer of sediment to be laid. That's why you see in the States where like it's like the dinosaur graveyard,
the abandoned sand hills and stuff. Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen some sandstone cliffs And I mean, I was a little kid, but I used to just stand there and look at them and think, it looked like somebody painted it.
Yeah, they call, I forget the actual name of it, but they're looking at the geological columns. They're saying these are millions and millions of years of layers. Yet you'll see
Probably not.
you'll see a tree trunk that is
Yeah,
also fossilized, going through supposedly millions of years.
millions. Yeah, millions of years. Come on. I mean, and the crabs and stuff. I mean, everybody knows, when a crab will go in to do its little hibernation thing, it'll make this little thing around it, and they all got fossilized. Now they're finding them, and you hit them side with a rock a couple times, and they pop open.
Yeah.
I mean, over millions of years, it seems like that stone would be a little more solid to me.
Yeah,
No rocket
and then you have the opposite of that is actually one of the science, because they have so many like dinosaur bones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do with it. But one of those scientists that had broken open the bone, and inside the bone, it was not fossilized, and there was still soft
the
tissue.
DNA.
Yeah, they've found Triceratops, T-Rex. They've found like nerve cells, collagen, hemoglobin, flexible vessels, and if you look what science says, let's say science will say that they can push collagen to, let's say, 90,000 years. So collagen can last 90,000 years, let's say. Okay, well, there's still collagen. And those T-Rexes, they didn't say that was 90,000 years ago. They're talking 200 million years ago, or if not more, stuff like that. So, it just shows the bias of science, where it's like, oh, so now we're still holding our biases, and when the evidence is obvious that you're wrong, then you have to like start being creative, like maybe there's something with the iron that's preserving it, and it's like, no, maybe it's like it's just obvious that the earth is not as old as we think it is. Humans have not been around for as long as they say we have, that this infinite amount of time.
The earth may be as old as they say it is, but we haven't been here as long as they say. I mean, God popped us down here is what he did.
Yeah. So there's that. And then there like, I started asking myself, it's like, Christians, if somebody is a self-professed Christian, they're going to say, that Jesus Christ died for our sins. He's the second Adam. Therefore, you ask majority of the Christians, they'll believe in Adam and Eve. They'll believe in the sin in the garden and all of that.
Yeah.
But then you have the Christian that also wants to align with science, mainstream science, or what they think is good basic science. But what was I going to say? We're talking about the biases in science. Yeah,
and then we switch into religion. I have been, and see, I'm glad that happened, because this is something I've been wanting to bring up. I have been having this urge to focus in on religion more, and this has only happened here in the last week or so. I had a dream just like the two with Dad and Bruce after they passed, except this was an old dude in a white robe with a beard, and I can't remember what we talked about. I remember when he left and walked out the door, and he had a friendly face. I felt as comfortable with him as I've ever felt with anybody. And I woke up with this urge of, I really should be talking about the stuff that it seems like has been being pushed towards me, because since Bruce passed, my prayers have been pretty short. It's pretty much just, help me understand.
Mhm.
Let me understand. And so now all the suggestions coming through YouTube while I'm sitting there fiddling through my day are explanations of different aspects of religion. And
Yeah.
like you brought up Jesus, and popped to my mind, probably the teachings of the Yogi Jesus, because he was over there, and there's some dudes in China that followed his teachings because he was over there,
Mhm.
and Japan too, all around the same time.
Mhm.
And that's what. And then you mentioned Christians.
Mhm.
Why does the label matter so much?
Me, I don't buy it. Like, I don't care about it, whether it's a follower of Christ or I believe in the gospel, the whatever, to for like I understand what people mean like about religion. They're turned off about the institutionalization. The Protestants are fed up with the Protestants. They're fed up with the Catholics. I completely understand that. Um, Before I get into that, what I had a brain fart and forgot was that I in relation to sin, um, Christians, if they're going to take it seriously, the atoning sacrifice, then they can't say that evolution, Darwinian evolution as to taught in universities.
Yeah,
Death
use the excuse
happened
of
way
animal
before
instinct.
the first man. So then it's like, okay, so oh well, I'm a Christian, but I'm not going to say I believe that because that seems to go completely against modern science. So I don't want to look stupid. So I'm gonna just concede that. But before you know it, I started like looking. I'm like, I'm conceding this, I'm conceding that, and before you know it, like there's so many loopholes that anybody can stomp on it because
Yeah,
if you're like because
it's like
they'll
it
use
turns
it.
into an
They'll
argument
they'll
with the
they'll
human
switch
race.
and they'll say, "Well, look, God, look at how many millions and millions of years of human suffering. Since man has been here, we've seen that that humans have suffered and there's been death. And it's like, well, you have to say yes, because you've said, oh, I believe in that.
There's a
But if it's the way the Bible says is it's not even tens of thousands of years. And it's interesting that all of a sudden things start popping up around 12,000 years ago and stuff. You look at the oldest civilizations like Mesopotamia, it's like they all like pop up not hundreds of thousands of years ago civilization, because I believe everything was freaking covered anyways. I believe there was tons of civilizations, but I think that the flood story is in my opinion quite accurate. But
you
as
see
far as
shit.
religion is concerned, the first followers met at homes. So I'm completely for people that read the Bible and the New Testament and do their research. They become convinced of the New Testament, and naturally, you would want to eventually talk about this with other people that are of the similar belief. Just
Yeah, yeah,
if you're a skydiver, chances are you're going to start meeting up with other skydivers and you're going to start talking about skydiving and stuff like that. That's not a bad thing. So when people are turned off about religion, I'm like, okay, well then, you know what? If you consider yourself a follower of Christ, then is there somebody that you can have a coffee with, open up the book, and have a
yeah.
conversation? It clearly says where two or more are gathered in my name,
Yeah.
there's the church. There I am. So
And
I
see,
I
when you started your cast with the religion aspect, it
yeah,
was instantly refreshing because
yeah,
you weren't laying down on the labels so hard. Like
yeah,
if you believe in God and you believe in Jesus, what
yeah,
does the label matter? And
yeah,
I've run into the situation so often where, like, just day before yesterday with my sister-in-law,
Yeah.
she asked me, "Are you a Christian?" And I said, "Well, I don't like the labels so much, but I believe in
Yeah.
God and I believe in Jesus." And it
Yeah.
started a freaking argument. I don't understand it.
Yeah. No, I respect people that are turned off by the word religion. And I use Christian just because I rather that it's just
Well, yeah,
shorter
I mean,
saying
I
I'm
understand it.
Christian than saying I don't believe in religion, but I believe in Jesus, so I'm a follower of Jesus. And it's like, whatever, I'm Christian. Well, what does that mean for
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
I read the gospel. I don't think it's fairy tale. I feel that the four gospels were written in a biographical genre, like a style.
yep,
It's to the point. It focuses around who Jesus is in relation to Old Testament, and
yep,
they don't need to go further than that. It's focused like Jesus is the Messiah, and we're writing because these are the Old Testament messianic prophecies, and we witness this. And when like when I look at the New Testament reliability and the Gospels and stuff like that, accuracy, reliability, all that stuff. I do like to go to academics and stuff like that because often I'll be talking to another
yeah,
guy on YouTube, and who am I and who is he? But when it comes to like a New Testament scholarship and stuff like that, it surprisingly, I didn't realize it was so secular, which I think is great, because then you have secular people. Now, if secular people are conceding that the New Testament or many of Paul's writings they accept as written within the first century, this gives very, very strong validity. There's a Gary Habermas. He uses a minimal. I think it's minimal fact method or something. It's basically he'll look at the common
yeah,
consensus within New Testament scholarship that everyone agrees on, and they come to the conclusion and stuff like that. So you'll hear stuff about like, oh, they're corrupted and stuff like that, and that just I don't agree with that. Like the Dead Sea Scrolls is able to put things, at least to 300 BC for a lot of the Old Testament, um,
yeah,
and things like that. But I definitely, like the question of hell. I've done deep studies into hell, and I never drank the Kool-Aid on eternal conscious torment. That made absolutely no sense
yeah,
to me. But there
yeah,
were a few passages that gave evidence. There was like around three of them. I had an author. His name is Darren David Aaron Betty. He contacted me because I posted a comment on a YouTube channel on conditional immortality. It's the belief that there is judgment, that immortality is conditional to acceptance of Christ, meaning only Christ offers immortality. And
yeah,
Greek belief is that the soul is immortal, and there's clear Bible passages that says, "Don't fear the one that can kill the body; fear the one that can kill both body and soul in hell." So
yeah,
when you look at the whole Old Testament, there's absolutely zero evidence of even any hint of suggestion that people that don't accept a Messiah or whatever will burn in hell. There's no concept of that.
yeah,
There's
yeah. And I think that idea came along. I think that idea came along when they started getting where they could gather large groups of people, and so they just stuck that in there as a control mechanism.
you know what?
Better, you
Um,
better be good or
uh,
else.
no, exactly. Um, I'm gonna have to cut it short because I was just doing this until my wife came and I just saw her call. So I'm gonna cut it off. But I will do another stream later on when I get home because I want to show that video on Bruce. But yeah, for sure. Like even the way people explain the Trinity,
Yeah.
I don't agree with the way they explain it. I found that when I was a non-believer, the way they explained it didn't help. And so I hope that I will always remain intellectually honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, before you go,
But I do take the Bible seriously, and I do believe that there's it's something called Bible exegesis, and it's hermeneutical principles. Like there is a method of interpreting. I know that there might be some variation.
I keep losing
Like
audio.
to say, like that's your interpretation. It's like, listen, I'll let you go. Hopefully, you'll catch me later on. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll be looking. But until you get
Okay.
back to think about this. It's really
Yes.
just as simple to cover up how old the world is by changing that I for in the year of to a 1 in front of
Yeah.
all the numbers. So
Yeah.
only 924 years.
True.
And
All right.
people
Talk
just
soon, buddy.
accept it. Have a good one, man. Love y'all. That was